Namah Shivaya children, welcome to the civics class where we were discussing about what is democracy. Now we shall continue the discussion and here we shall study the merits of democracy. According to Abraham Lincoln, democracy is of the people, by the people, and for the people. Why we need democracy? There are several arguments for this. The first argument here is a democratic government is a better government because it is a more accountable form of government. Let us study this in detail. Democracy is a better than any other form of government in responding to the needs of the people, according to the needs of the people. So it takes decision also. A non-democratic government may do it or may not do it, but it all depends on the wishes of the people. A democracy requires such type of rulers who have to attend to the needs of the people. So that is why we call that a democratic government is good one, because it is a better government. It is more accountable. Second argument here is democracy improves the quality of decision making. There is another reason why democracy should lead to better decision than any non-democratic government. Now, democracy is based on consultation and discussion. We consult the people also before taking a decision, and if it has any some may like it, some may not like the decision, so there will be discussion also on that. A democratic decision always has, when there is a decision going on, it involves many persons, and then there will be discussions, and again meetings will be held on the decision that has to be taken in the government. When a number of people join together, they are able to point out possible mistakes, whatever mistakes are there in any decision that is going to be taken will be found out. And but here we have to observe one thing is that for doing all this it takes time. For 1 day or 2 days the decision can't be taken, but there is a big advantage also in taking so much of time, because important decisions are to be taken on certain matters which can't be taken in 1 day or 2 days. So if we take the decisions after taking a long meetings, discussion with a number of people, then if we take decision, what happens? This will reduce the chances of rash or irresponsible decisions. Let us look to the third argument. Now, this is related to the next argument which is there here. Democracy provides a method to deal with differences and conflicts. Here, children, in any society, people are bound to have differences of opinion and interest. So people may have, some may agree, some may not have the same opinion, some may don't have, they may feel that no, it should be in this manner. So these differences are particularly sharp in a country like ours, which has an amazing social diversity, isn't it? We have different religion people living together, and so what happens here? Differences will be there and conflicts also will be there. People belong to different religion, and coming to the language, if you go to each state has its own language. practice also are different, then different religions are there, and caste also are very much different. So they look at the world very differently, and have these people will have different opinions also, and also preferences. The preferences of one group of religion people, they may not agree with those of the other group, so there will be a clash between them. How do we resolve such conflict? Will we leave it like that only? Will we leave them to have a conflict? No. The conflict can be solved by brutal power. Whichever group is more powerful will dictate its terms, and others will have to accept that. But that would lead to resentment and unhappiness. So we can't take a very brutal action on that and telling that no, you have to obey this decision, and we can't force them. So if we force them, it will lead to resentment and also unhappiness among some of the groups. Different groups may not be able to live together for long. If we do this, they'll not stay together for a long time. Democracy provides the only peaceful solution to this type of situation. In democracy, no one is a permanent winner, and no one is a permanent loser also. Different groups can live with one another peacefully. In a diverse country like India, democracy keeps our country together. Now, let us come to another argument. Democracy enhances the dignity of the citizens. Now, these three arguments which you saw just now were about the effects of democracy on the quality of government and social life. But the strongest argument for democracy is not about what democracy does to the government. So for whom it is? It is about what democracy does to the citizens. Isn't it? Now, even if democracy does not bring about better decisions and accountable government, it is still better than other forms of government, like a dictatorship you saw in the case of Pakistan. Isn't it? It was a dictator country. So it is better when we compare to those type of government where monarchy is there. Coming to another argument here, he tells finally, democracy is better than other forms of government because it allows us to correct its own mistakes. As we saw above, there is no guarantee that mistakes cannot be made. We cannot tell that they take decisions perfectly in a democracy. No form of government can guarantee that, whether it is a presidential or any type of government. If you come, it is not a guarantee that 100% you will be having without mistake a government or a decision. The advantage in a democracy is that such mistakes cannot be hidden for long. Suppose a wrong decision is taken, then it will be highlighted through the media, TV and all. So there is a space for public discussion also when mistakes are done, and there is a room for correction also. So you can correct the mistakes of the government and change them. Either the rulers, if it is not done, then rulers have to change their decision, or rulers can be removed and we can have another ruler who is good for us. This cannot happen in a non-democratic government. There you can't do this. So let us sum up here. Democracy cannot get us everything and is not solution to all the problems, but it is clearly better than any other alternative that we know. We saw several governments here. When we come to what is democracy, we saw the other countries like Chile, and Mexico, then Pakistan. So when we saw all this, we have a no alternative. Better alternative is not there. Instead of that, we can follow the democracy which we are following now. It offers better chances of a good decision. So chances are there that you can take another decision, correct the mistakes also. It is likely to respect people's own wishes and allows different kinds of people to live together. So there are different kinds of caste people, different religion speaking people. So there is a wish that all of them who are of different caste, religion, they stay together, live together in country like India. Even when it fails to do so, some of these things, it allows a way of correcting its mistakes and offers more dignity to all citizens. Here, all the religions are respected, isn't it? Caste, then a religion, then language. That is why we can tell that democracy is considered as the best form of government. So, in the next class, now we saw the merits. In the next class, we shall discuss about the arguments against democracy. So that's all for today, children. Namah Shivaya.